So Kenny, obviously a disappointing way to come back after such a high on Monday.
Yeah, and the message before the game was to try and improve on what we did in the cup final. And in the cup final we had real drive and intensity, and the first half it was like that, quite lethargic in terms of with the ball, without the ball, not putting enough pressure on people in possession. And then at half time we changed it, where we said no, we have to really go and press, instead of what we did in the first half was wanting to press in central areas once the first pass went into midfield, but we didn't execute that as well as I'd hoped. That's something which we can look at again, and obviously look to put that into play so it's better. From every individual. But then, once we actually started to apply more pressure and chase the game, it was a game of two halves in many ways. And the hope was that you pinch another couple of goals and win the game.
Kenny, how serious a setback is this to your title hopes?
Well, it's a setback, but the cup final was a good moment. This is a bad moment, and it's just how they respond in training and respond positively to some of the elements that were positive, and try to implement them on a more consistent basis, which will then obviously get yourself some results. A couple of defensive lapses, if you like, switching off from one ball, banging behind and the score, and these are the key things in terms of concentration. Even though we might be attacking and the ball in transition turns over, we're going to be bright enough to recognise danger. But these things happen, make mistakes, but the next obviously training session and the next game you've got to see a response and start applying things that get us positive results.
You really pressed strongly in that second half, but there was no sort of finish.
No, we pressed really hard. We won balls, first and second balls quicker. We tried to make forward passes, forward runs, but what they did was they camped in and made it very difficult to find space. So if they've got 10 players behind the ball, more or less, or 9 players behind the ball, and we're pushing players on, there's a limited amount of space, and that's where you need bright link play. Bright movement, looking for good through balls and good execution to sort of pick tiny holes, if you like, in their defensive structure. So it was never going to be easy to break down a compact, organised, disciplined, and obviously a team that are right up there and wanting to win the game. So it was never going to be easy, but they're the things that if we want to dominate a game and try and break a team down, we've got to look to execute things quicker and brighter, and good movement and good support.
You're probably sick of me pushing Hickey Sparrow, but would there have been a place for him, do you think?
Who, sorry?
Hickey.
Oh, Shay. It's something in consideration in terms of his leadership and his quality. What I wanted in the second half was the intensity that we didn't get in the first half, in terms of closing the first player down, winning second balls, pinching and breaking. And Shay, although great on the ball, I just thought Marky would do that and give us a little bit more intensity, and he did. Pushed Lucas in as well, because I thought Lucas could be a threat, and especially we went into wide areas, he could make the box for crosses and things like that. So we pushed on, we chased the game, but we just didn't have quite enough quality to score again, or score a couple of goals to win the game.
What's the prognosis on Mearns and Cartwright?
Mearns has got an issue with his foot, which has been an issue for a couple of weeks. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's more sort of heavy bruising around the sort of bone area. Cartwright is an ankle issue, so I have to see how he is once it's the swelling's gone down and he gets assessed. But we had to make them changes. They couldn't run, so to make the changes. Yeah, all right, mate.
Thanks, Gabe. Chris, you've been reluctant to say the words, but does this result really start to push the belief that you're going to win this time?
I don't know. I don't think it. For us, it's really, honestly, it is. I go back to one game at a time, but we have to win every game, because this is a massive game for us, and then Clarence is a massive game. Because any team that slips up now, it's done. So you really got to be on it week by week.
These top 4 games probably more important though. You've now prevented another team from picking up 3 points in the title race. 6 points between you and the Warriors now. It's a big win for the team.
Yeah, it's a massive win, but it's more of a moral win. and not just 3 points. It was more of a 6-point game, if anything, because morally we needed that. Everyone's against us. You, the media, were speaking about us not having a chance today, and we had a chance. We believed in it. And we know what we're doing, what direction we're going in.
No Tyler Fisher, no worries.
Nah, no problem. No, obviously not.
Just replaced him nicely.
Yeah, I think we did really well. It's not our first rodeo. We understand what we need to do in this situation, and in these big moments and these big games, we're okay.
Top game from Braden then, Chris.
Braden's been class. I think Holden was class. And I thought Henry and Jesse, Raf. There was a number of players that were very good across the board, and that's very much a team effort. You know what I mean? And again, we go back to what the media speak about. Tyler. It's not about Tyler. It's about Devonport City Strikers 2017 and onwards. That's what it's about.
So is it about Devonport and South Hobart now?
No, it's about. I think it's still this team here. I still really do think Olympia around it. They got a great coach. I know Kenny really well, so they'll be okay.
Did a really good job, I thought, on the narrow pitch, just completely blocking them off once you had that lead. How important was taking the lead in this game?
We didn't really speak about that. We spoke about, honestly, just collective performances. It's not about today. It wasn't about trying to play your best game. If everyone has a good enough game, that'll be enough, and I'll do the job. And obviously, it did.
Yeah, really kind of rolled out this back three that turns into a back five for most of the season. Teams having real trouble breaking you down with it. Is that a real advantage you've been able to conjure up? Because it's a little bit different to what you play against with other teams?
It's a little bit different. I suppose it's a bit out of the box because FFA and etc. all like to play 4-3-3 and play through the thirds of the pitch, which is great. And I think there's a place for that. But it's got to be, you got to know your personnel. You got to know the moment of the season. And the occasion and what it is, and we're here to try to do really well week by week. And again, we've got another tough game, Clarence. It's a difficult game, and every game now is a massive game. It's not 3 points anymore; it's 6 points every game.